everybody, Cindy here with Pathways Homestead. Today we are continuing our cookie collaboration, the ultimate Christmas cookie collaboration with Ashley from C&C Farms. And today's recipe is ginger snaps. And I will confess, I'm not a crazy about them actually being snaps. I usually cook them soft, but we're going to see how they turn out because we're kind of out of practice. As you may have seen in my last video for my molasses cookies, I accidentally was using baking powder instead of baking soda, which is a rookie mistake. And you would think after all these years of baking, after 30 years of baking plus getting close to 40 years now, telling my age that I would have not made that mistake, but I got nervous, got in a hurry trying to get these videos done, and made a mistake. It will be just fine in my molasses cookies. It'll be fine. And in the snickerdoodle cookies, which will be our next recipe that you'll see in the next video. But here we go. We're going to get going and make our ginger snap cookies. Now these do not make good gingerbread cookies. You can cut them in the shape of gingerbread men, but they're going to be crisp and end up being a ginger snap. And you'll want to make sure the dough is super chilled before you roll it out and cut your cookies. But I'm jumping way ahead. So anyway, check out the description below for the link to the collaboration videos, the other channel names participating in the collaboration, and the recipe for the ginger snaps. So hide and watch. Let's get going. So we are going to start out with 3/4 cup of vegetable shortening. You guys are going to kind of see a little bit of the same as the molasses. So pretty much the ginger snap recipe is almost the same as the molasses cookie. It does call for more vegetable shortening than the molasses cookies, because the molasses cookies were 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, and we are going to do 3/4 cup of vegetable shortening. And luckily these little cups have a measure spot on them that I can get, where I can see where this is half of a cup. Yeah, which is 1/4 cup. So there we go. It's our vegetable shortening. And our next ingredient is going to be our sugar. And we are going to have 1 cup of sugar. And then we need 1/4 cup of molasses again, same as with our molasses cookies. And again, I prefer using Grandma's molasses because it's unsulfured. I really think there is a difference, but I know there is for me. I need to cut as much sulfur from my diet as possible, so that helps me feel better. All right, whoops, lid on. Okay. All right, and then we're going to add 1 egg. Okay, we've got that. Once again, we're going to mix all this together. Our shortening, our egg, molasses, and sugar. You can use a dough hook on your, actually, You can use the mixer. You can use your mixer for this. When you add your flour and stuff, you're gonna need to switch to the dough hook for like your hand mixer or your stand mixer. But for now, just use the blade. I would not use the whisk, but you can sure do it by hand as well. It doesn't take as long as you think. You're just wanting to get that mixed up really, really well. Get that shortening cut into that, mixed in well with those other wet ingredients. Scrape the sides of your bowl often. It doesn't take long. We are almost there. Shortening is almost completely incorporated. And your arm gets tired because you're out of practice, because you haven't done it in a while. And your table makes noise. All right, there we go. We are all incorporated. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients, which are 2 cups of flour, of all-purpose flour. You're going to stir that flour up so it's not compacted. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A whole teaspoon of cloves. Ooh. Of cloves. You can do a little less if you want to, or just make your molasses cookies and add the ginger. There are a whole lot more. There's twice the amount of ground clove in this one, and twice the amount of ground cinnamon. You're going to do a teaspoon of ground cinnamon compared to the molasses cookies. If you don't like a cookie as strong as the ginger cookie, use the molasses recipe, and I will put a link up here and in the description below. Got it. 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. A little more, a little less, depending on how you like your cookie flavor. And then we are going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Oh goodness. And we're gonna mix it all up. We're to the point of getting those hands dirty. This is a pretty wet and sticky dough, just so you know, because we added that extra bit of shortening. Good, good, good. Is my sound on? Sounds on. Perfect, perfect. We're gonna wrap and chill for 30 minutes. Can be longer, just a minimum of 30 minutes. Chilled our ginger snap dough for 30 minutes in the refrigerator, and now we're just gonna make whatever size ball you want. If you make a smaller ball, you're gonna get more cookies out of them. If you make a larger ball, you're gonna get a larger cookie, and you can bake these to be soft or firm or crispy. If you want them crispy, you're gonna bake them 10 to 12 minutes. If you want them soft, you're gonna bake them 8 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of your cookie. The smaller the cookie, the less time it's going to take for them to get crisp. And you're just rolling those in sugar and getting them ready to go in the oven. We're going to bake them at 350 degrees. Whoops, I forgot to put sugar on that one. And there we go. There's our first batch of ginger snap cookies. I baked those for about 10 minutes, and they're a little crispier than normal, but they're not what I normally like to make them. I like them soft, but these ones are crispy. They'll be great for a ginger snap. And this dough you can refrigerate and use up in the next week, or you can freeze it, thaw it back out, or you can make the balls and freeze the balls and put them in a bag so that you pull out just what you want. It's totally up to you, but thank you guys for coming along with us in this ultimate Christmas cookie collaboration. And be sure to check out the other videos in this collaboration, the other channels that are participating, and check out Ashley at C&C Farm. Thank you so much, Ashley, for inviting us along on this collaboration. We really have enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed week. Remember, God made you special, and He loves you very much.